Right, so right there is the new Alpine A390, Alpine's brand new electric sports fastback. The reason I'm doing this is because I haven't actually seen it yet. I've been escorted into the room and no one showed me it yet, so I thought I'd do it on camera. Shall we? 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh! Oh, hang on a minute. That's very A110 at the front. Right, in this video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about this car. The tech, the price-ish, what's going on underneath. Make sure you subscribe, let's do it. There's something about the Alpine A110 that I have always loved. It's one of my favourite cars of all time, and I can absolutely see the nods. You can see just when it comes down to the bonnet design and the kind of nose at the front. It's got all of the nods to the A110, and I love that. You've got air intake that's going to be coming through here at the front. And then the design down the side here is really nice, and it's got the nice Alpine blue. I'm a fan so far, and I've only seen the front bit. Right, let's move down the side. Down the wheels, you've got options of 20 or 21 inch wheels. These are 21s, they're Michelin tyres. Do you know what it reminds me of a little bit? The Rafale, but like a squashed version.
In terms of dimensions, it's 4,615 millimetres long, 1,885 millimetres wide, and 1,532 millimetres tall.
To give you a concept of size, right, the competitor to this would probably be the Porsche Macan EV in terms of price, because this is rumoured to start at around £70,000. Now the Porsche Macan, if you were to go for the same kind of power, you'd have to go for the 4S, which starts at £76,000. So basically that kind of vibe, but maybe slightly cheaper. But size-wise, it's ever so slightly smaller, same kind of size as like the Kia EV6, Cupra Tavascan, that kind of thing. But come around the back, because I love this. I'm loving the whole new light-up badge era that we're in at the moment, because everything's now been made legal. So it all just looks really nice when the whole badge is lit up like that. But I think it looks lovely. I love the lights down here. Also, to give you an idea of how it's going to work underneath, there are 3 electric motors, 1 at the front, 2 at the back, 1 for each wheel. So that will mean, if you want to do some donuts, you've got a whole cool EV version of a torque vectoring system that means that you can just like spin faster the outside rear wheel and have a smoother donut. Love that.
Now, I understand that looks are very much a personal thing. For me, what I like about this car is the amount of nods to either the Alpine A110 or to Le Mans. I'm a fan of that. So you've got the famous Alpine swoosh that's on the A110, that's kind of that line that swoops around the side of the car down to the bottom of the doors. You've also got the nice spoiler, the bonnet aero bridge, very nice. That sort of side silhouette is very A110. And then when it comes to Le Mans, those side deflectors, the front lights look like a checkered flag. Nice nods. Yeah, all to their heritage. Battery options and charging, you've got an 89 kilowatt hour battery and it should give you around 340 miles range, but let's be honest, it depends on how much you're going to be ragging it. And charging will have 22 kilowatt AC charging and DC rapid charging up to 190 kilowatts, which is perfectly fine. But this thing is mostly going to be known for its speed. It's actually going to be faster than the Porsche Macan. It will do 0 to 62 in around 3.9 seconds if you go for the GTS version. Oh, you lucky things.
Now, in terms of range, charging, etc., we don't quite have those numbers yet, but do keep an eye on electrifying.com. As soon as we get those numbers, we will give them to you. But this is a mega fast baby, so we're expecting around 429 horsepower, which is mega quick, and a 0 to 62 time of about the same as the A10R, which is about 3.9 seconds. Plus, it's practical. It's basically a super fun, super quick family car, which is insane. This boot is 518 litres of space. You can easily get a me in here. I fit, and I'm very comfortable. It's a bit nice. It's all very hush-hush here today. Like, they've had to put a bag thing over my phone so that I don't take photos. That's how hush-hush this is. It's really exciting. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. So basically this is the second of Alpine's 7-car EV dream garage. So you've got this, and then eventually the A110 is coming. Then we've got an A110, A110 Cabriolet, then we've got a 4-door sports coupe, and potentially more large SUVs to kind of compete against the Porsche Cayenne. That's what they're doing. They're going for it. I actually can't wait to see the A110. I am quite a fan of this. It looks quite dark back on the back seats, but for the driver, very nice. So if I put my, can I turn it? Am I allowed to turn it on? We're doing it. Where's the button? There. We're doing it. Right. Very similar to what's going on in the A290. So you do have the overtake button, which gives you a nice sort of 10-second boost of power. And then you can go boom and overtake people with potentially a fake noise. So from what I've been hearing, in the A290, right, Alpine were very much like, we don't want a fake engine sound, a bit like what the Hyundai Ioniq 5N has, etc. They want to embrace the fact that this is an EV. So it's actually more of a synthetic sound. It's not a fake engine. It's a synthetic EV super cool sound, is what I've been told. So if you're to put that sound on, press the overtake button, off you go. Drive modes, you've got normal, sport and track, which means that you can just go for your life and throw the rear end out and just have a bit of fun. I mean, in terms of styling, it's very much a Renault kind of layout, which I am a fan of. I do really like it. I love the driving position. The steering wheel is just a really nice nod to their F1 heritage. And it just looks really nice. The materials of everything are really nice. I think if it's going to start around 70 grand, once you've kind of gone full top spec, maybe it might reach 90. And would it be worth it? I think it might be. I've driven the Rafale, which is bigger than this. And I've driven the Alpine version of the Rafale, and it drives so well. So I've just got the feeling, especially with 2 rear motors, that this is going to drive like an absolute beast, and I cannot wait to drive it. I'm quite happy in here. It's all these kind of carbon fibre sort of sporty feels going on in here that just makes it feel like something a bit more special than just being sat in a normal Renault, if you will. Alpine are just throwing out fire at the moment, aren't they? They really are. The sound in here is incredible. There are 13 speakers. The sound quality is insane. You feel like you're sat within a concert, and every version that you've got on here sounds completely different. Obviously we are on YouTube, which means I can't play you the music, but I can just tell you, please take my word for it, of how good it sounds. You've got like normal studio quality, and then dynamic kind of takes it a little bit deeper. Then basically if someone's singing, you hear their voice in front, and then you feel like you're part of the music. And then heavies when the bass really comes in, and I kid you not, you got a rumble under your bum. Yeah, and then you can also change where the sound is. So at the moment, the sound is in the center. Don't know if you can see that there. The sound is in the center. But you can grab that and move the sound around the car. So then I can have the sound coming out of this side if I'm driving on my own, if I want the sound coming out of there. If I've got an annoying kid out the back that I need to put to sleep and I want to put on some lullabies, I'll put it at the back there.
This video is brought to you with Andersen EV, the UK's most awarded home charge point brand of 2024. Offering over 200 colour and finish options, a market-leading 7-year warranty and a unique hidden tethered cable.
So here's how today is working, just so you know. We had like 10 minutes to walk around the car and get little pieces to camera, but then we're sat for a presentation, and then we get 5 minutes to have a little look around the particular section they're talking about. So we're just jumping in the car and filming as we go. Totally fine. So here are the telemetrics. So you've got coaching, right? And this allows you to embrace your inner Pierre Gasly, shall we say. Pretend you're driving Alpine F1. Why not? What it does is it teaches you how to handle your braking and how to handle your acceleration when you're approaching a corner, how to get the rear end of the car out. So basically, once you're driving this, you're going to learn to become a better driver. Plus, you can also record your skills. There's a whole app that comes with this car, and it will record your data and film from the front camera and I believe the rear camera. So you can basically show off to your mates what a really good driver you are, show off your mad driving skills. There are challenges. There we go. So agility, power, I think that's power, is it? Performance, and endurance. So if you were to click on performance and you want to see how quickly you can launch the car, it comes with a little moment that says, this is a disclaimer, make sure that you are either on a track or on a private road. It doesn't check whether you are, Just make sure that you are, even though you're definitely not going to do that. You're going to do it around the car park, around Tesco's car park. You cheeky buggers. So in terms of the colours that you can get, you've got black, darker blue, Alpine blue, white, a slightly darker white, and a grey. All very nice and simple. Why? Because mountains, because Alpine, because of the Alps, basically. So that's also kind of why we've got snowflake style wheels. These are the optional ones, by the way. So these aren't the sort of standard ones if you go for the base trim. And a quick reminder, yes, I know it looks like the logo's backwards. It's because the arrow has to always be pointing forwards. So don't let that bug you, right? So Alpine have described this car as a racing car in a suit. And you know what? I can see it. I can see it. So just to give you a kind of rough idea of how they name things when it comes to Alpine. So if it finishes in a 10, then it's an icon car. If it finishes in a 90, then it's a lifestyle car. So they're like the A290, A390 lifestyle day-to-day car. A110, icon, weekend little number. And then the A1s, A2s, A3s basically just go up in size. That's how that works. But it's very nice in here. I can't lie, it's a bit dark. There is no option of a panny roof. We did ask, it's not coming. So it will be dark, but this is quite a nice material that we've got going on up here. I mean, the materials in here are really nice. So you do have like a sustainable material option. You've got a GT and a GT Line S. If you go for the GT Line S, it's all leather and you can smell it. But you've also got like carbon moments that I think look and feel really nice, and branding just kind of dotted around everywhere. But it does feel dark. And also, the rear window, because it's so sort of, I mean, it's fastback, isn't it? They're not calling it an SUV. We're not allowed to call it that. It's a sporty fastback. So it means the roof is really slanted. So it's quite hard to see out the back there, which again makes it feel quite dark in here. But because this has all been built as an EV from the ground up, we've got the nice flat floor, we've got a couple of charge ports, we don't have pockets back here because it's way too stylish for that. And we have the smallest door bins I've seen in my entire life. That does not pull down, but this is technically a 5-seater, but only ISOFIX on the 2 outer seats. You know, I've just done this whole bit about how I'm really liking the materials and how sort of quality everything feels in here. I've just noticed this. And you know, you normally kind of see exterior body colour on the interior when it's a cheaper car, don't you? You know, like a Dacia Spring. There's always like body colour on the inside because it's just a cheaper way of doing things. And I've just spotted it and it's bugged me. And I think that would bug me. It just makes it feel a little bit of an afterthought, whereas that could be a nice cushy material like the rest of it. Right, I've given you everything that I could possibly find out about this car in the last half an hour. Was that all right? Did I do all right? Hopefully I did. It's worth a subscribe, isn't it? Surely. I mean, look, here's the thing. I'm a big fan of Alpine. I always have been, and I think I always will be. This year, they're celebrating 70 years of being a brand. I think that's great. I mean, next year is most likely when this car will come out, 2026, but I can't wait to drive it, especially with the 2 motors on the rear wheels. I mean, I know you've got that in the Tesla Model S Plaid, but to have it in this, I think will be really interesting. Would you rather have this or a Porsche Macan is the question. I mean, the Macan has rear axle steering. So we're going to have to do a proper head-to-head with these, see how good they really are when you put them side by side. I like this. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.